Welcome everybody to another edition of WCW 2006 here in TEW 2020 as we're done with Mayhem. And we're down to the last two episodes of the series that will be on TEW 2020. As I've gone over before, this will be the last WCW show. Then ironically, we're finishing with SummerSlam 06. And then for the turnover for September, I'll, basically begin the work to transfer this all over to TEW 99. Honestly, probably a few week process, give or take, because I want to actually set things up to make sense as we start things out. So it's not a total switch over. I know some people do quicker and dirtier turnovers, but I'm a weirdo. This is what I like to do. But I will be doing other stuff, obviously, maybe I'll do a short series, or I don't know, start something else weird. Who knows? I'll give what's likely we're going to do here is basically a this episode, SummerSlam 06, and then sort of our usual mid-year wrap-ups. We're doing it at the close of TEW 2020 because it'll be interesting to see who is doing well in this version of the game that gets cut off basically by the changeover to the new version of the game. But anyway, let's get to Nitro as we're live from the Comcast Arena in beautiful Everett, Washington, right up the road from Seattle, where Mayhem was last night. And we start out with the Mayhem highlights, including Eddy becoming the Call Shot Champion, Monty retaining the World Championship, and seeing Cartier becoming the Women's Championship and turning full heel. And now, as the announcers go over the show, including a big main event of Alli Danger versus The Truth, Monty Brown's music, and it's time for the World Champion to make his way on to Nitro. And the new world, still the world champion comes down to the ring, and he takes the mic and says, "Y'all see this? Do you hear this? This is a result of dominance. This is a result of the alpha male ascendancy taking over the jungle you called WCW. Last night, ma'am, I did exactly what I do. I conquered another challenger, another so-called great, and I walked out still. The baddest man on the planet proved that nobody beats Monty Brown. But it doesn't tell you. See, Mayhem was just the beginning, because now we're heading to Fall Brawl. Let me spell it for you. Fall Brawl is a Nitro branded event, which means WCW World Champions coming to your show. I'm going to show the world, I'm going to show the universe what true dominance looks like. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you've been or what you've done. When you step into my hunting grounds, you're stepping into the Serengeti, and in Serengeti, there's only one alpha male." And then cue the drums and the deep growl and big pop as Goldberg's music hits, and out comes the man who, of course, beat Bully Ray last night at Mayhem, coming down to the ring. And Goldberg, has the mic and says, "Monty Brown, you run your mouth talking about the alpha male, talking about Serengeti, talking about dominance, that's all fine and gone. Good, Billy Brown, you do something. I've been a little distracted. Guys like Wright, Eddy Guerrero, and Bully Ray kept sticking their noses my business. But guess what? That's over. That's done. Because now I'm in my right mind, especially you, who the hell I am. So Monty Brown, let me make me real something for you. You got that belt, that makes you Mark Man. That means alpha male or not, you're next." Big pop for that. And Monty Brown's like, "Let me stop you right there, Goldberg. You see, this ain't 1990 anymore. Hell, it ain't even 2002 more. 2006, things have changed. This isn't your world anymore, Bill. This isn't your hunting ground. No, this is my Serengeti now. And in my Serengeti, there's no room for relics trying to relive their glory days." And we're to Goldberg. "These Sundays didn't just start last night and start at Mayhem. I burst on the scene at Starrcade 2003. And then I reached a whole nother one. I pounced your ass the next year at Starrcade 04. Remember, don't you, Bill? The alpha male took down the man, so everyone like Goldberg was just a man like everybody else." And Goldberg, takes the mic and says, "He's beating me once makes you alpha male. That's cute, Monty. You're real cute. But when you're forgetting something, I'm still here. I'm still standing here, and I'm still the man. Anything for 1 second, I'm going to let you prance around your clothes off the king of the jungle. You've got another thing coming." And everyone's like, "Fine, Goldberg. You want to step in my Serengeti again? You want to challenge the alpha male on my turf? So be it. Just know this. You don't just challenge the alpha male. You don't show up to expect to survive. You enter my world, Goldberg, and you'll find exactly why the ascendancy isn't just talk, it's destiny." We're like, well, we'll have to see about that. Fall Brawl, you, me, the world title. When it's all said and done, Monty, it'll just be another notch on my belt, because when this settles, I'm going to remind you and everybody else why I'm the man. And you're just next. Barrick stare down, and yep, we have our main event, Fall Brawl set. Monty Brown versus Bill Goldberg. Oh, whoops. Yes, I should say this for the world title. That'd be helpful. 95, good stuff, and yeah, there we go. Then we come back from commercial, and Cassidy O'Reilly is in the ring along with Misty, and he takes Mike and says, Well, look what we have here. Another night, another moment for the greatest Cruiserweight champion of this era to shine. You see, this title isn't just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of my dominance, running through this Cruiserweight division, gone are the days of your so-called heroes, clearing out their glory days. You know, all the men who have tried to stop me, and all the men who won't even try. Eric Bischoff, he's got some former champion for me to face tonight, so go ahead and bring him out. And then Misty takes Mike and says, I'm serious, Cassidy has already proven he's better than anybody in this division. Whoever Bischoff digs up, there's another name on his list. So come on, Bischoff, let's get this over with. And then cue Matter Chance's music as he comes out. And of course, as he not just put over, he won the title back at Starrcade, and Cassidy O'Reilly was the man who took the belt off of him. As, basically, Cassidy, feigns fear, but, as Matter Chance comes onto the ring, and it looks like the match is on. So let's get the 53. Yeah, is what it is. Only short, true, and an angle. And the actual match, we're back and forth, and it actually looks like, Maverick Chance is actually going to get the win here on Nitro and win the World Cruiserweight title back. When after taking a big bump, Cassidy O'Reilly simply starts walking to the back, along with Misty, basically, waving his, arms back at Maverick, saying it isn't worth it. Maverick, yells at Cassidy, but he just keeps walking to the back as the ref gets the 10 and rings for the bell. As this gets a 71, as Maverick Chance does beat the Cruiserweight champion, but it's by countout, so the title does not change hands. So this gets a, Maverick gets a 60, Cassidy gets a 59, 71 overall. So the, storyline is helping out. As he gets to the ramp, O'Reilly and Misty can do their mock celebration at the top of the ramp. But then Xavier Creed's music hits, and then Jimmy Rave comes out alongside him. And, Cassidy, has the mic still, and he says, whoa, what is this? Some guy's curiosity? I'm the champion. I call the shots, not you three. And Xavier Creed takes Mike, says, you've been dodging real challengers for a week, Cassidy. That stops now. You want to act like a champion and step up and prove you deserve that title. And Raven steps in and says, come on. That target on your back, it's only getting bigger, man. If you think you can keep the diving, you're in for real awakening. That title, it's cut me off your waist sooner than later. And, just as O'Reilly's about to talk, Eric Bischoff's music hits. Out comes the Nitro general manager, and he says, all right, cut the music. Cassidy, you've got a lot of people gunning for you. Frankly, I'm tired of hearing you run your mouth. Well, you're the best. Xavier Creed, Jimmy Rave, Maverick Chance, you all make valid points. And in your own way, you all deserve a shot at that title. So here's how we're going to settle this. Next week on Nitro, it's going to be Xavier Creed versus Jimmy Rave versus Maverick Chance in a triple threat match. And the winner, they'll face Cassidy O'Reilly for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship at Fall Brawl. But just to make sure everything is on the level, Cassidy, your dear Misty is going to be the special guest referee. So there we go, triple threat match with Misty as special referee to figure out who's the next man to take on Cassidy O'Reilly for the Cruiserweight Championship. Good 62, which isn't bad, building things up on and everything. Everybody but Maverick Chance got good roles. And then, we get backstage as Eric Bischoff is walking backstage, and he sees Sean O'Hare and Mark Jindrak, the new world champions, arriving at the arena with, the gold sling over their shoulders. And Bischoff's like, well, looks like I had to grace Nitro with their presence. And I was like, that's right, Eric. The Thrillers run this tag division now. We figured Nitro deserved a little bit of that thriller match for yourselves. And Bischoff is like, Sean, save it. I'm only going to save this once. You two have earned those belts. But let's go and think straight. You're here because you're the champions, not because I want to see your faces. Revolution may allow the kind of chaos that your little group thrives on, but this is my show and we're on a type ship. This is not a biker bar. That means if you think you're bringing 10% of the junk, old Teddy lets it slide. You're out of here faster than you can say Thrillers. Got it? And Jindrak is like, relax, Bischoff. We're here because we're the champs. But we're the Thrillers too. Bischoff's like, because, that's fine, Danny, but it's the rest of the little crew. They're Revolution wrestlers. I don't see them anywhere near arena where action is happening. If I do, your time on the show will be over, champions or not, and I'll be talking to the board of directors about just how long you can keep those titles around your rack waists while breaking the rules. But that's old business. Let's move on to new business. You see, America's Most Wanted earned that number one contendership last night after winning the tag team Tornado Strap match, but they're ready to wrestle tonight, so they're going to team up with Lance Storm to face you and Titus Tomko in six-man action. Show me what you guys can do when you don't have all the backup in the world. Enter says, don't worry, Bischoff. By the end of the night, you'll see why we're the champs. Just keep your eyes on the television when we embarrass your little Nitro boys. 72, again, quick little, I think it was like 4 minutes or 3, 3 minute segment. Just sort of like setting things up for the six-man tag later tonight. And then we're backstage as Jeremy Borash is with Alex Wright. And, Borash asks him about, interfering against Ken Anderson, helping him lose the match against Kaz. And Wright basically cuts him off and says, Jeremy, let me get one thing straight. What happened last night wasn't interference. It was a reminder. Reminder that in this business, it's not who's the loudest or the hardest punch. It's about strategy. It's about technical excellence. Let's be honest, Ken Anderson, he's all bark and no bite. I simply did the fans a favor by showing him a real professional at work. Alex says, your actions are going unnoticed. You're stepping in the truth. And, Wright says, sure, I admit, the truth is amusing. But amusement doesn't win matches. Dancing around like a court jester doesn't win matches. Sure, Collins can rap, he can dance, he can do his little routines. But when that bell rings, none of that matters. What matters? Skill, precision, the ability to take an opponent apart limb by limb and leave him questioning why they're even stepping in the ring. Tonight, I will treat the truth a lesson in humility. I will stretch him, twist him, and outclass him in every possible way. Let him dance all he wants. When I'm done, he'll be too embarrassed to show his face in that ring ever again. You see, Jeremy, I'm not worried. I thrive under pressure. I welcome the so-called competition. Ken Anderson, the truth, bring them all on, because while they're busy chasing their tails, I'm busy proving my dominance at every turn. Last night was just the beginning. Tonight is going to be even sweeter. See, Jeremy, I am more than just the best technical wrestler in WCW. I'm the future of this company. I'm the man who will bring excellence back to the sport. After I finish with the truth tonight, just maybe Ken Anderson will think twice for crossing Das Wunderbar again. Because remember this, in the end, talent always wins. I'm the most talented man in this building. Das ist wunderbar. And Wright walks away, gets an 81, decent little promo, and we continue on Nitro. Come on. There we go. Then we have our big tag team match, as in a back and forth match. The Ninkyo team of Yang and Kenzo Suzuki defeat Evolution here. Back and forth match. Eventually, Celine did get a little distraction, but at the end, I don't say a clean win, but like a less than, dirty win by Yang and Kenzo, as Kenzo gets the win with Cesaro with a big power move after a Stacy distraction. 70 overall, Kenzo gets a 51, Yang gets a 77, Blasher gets a 44, Cesaro gets a 64, and post-match the heel celebrate to a 69. Nice. Then we're backstage, as we see, Chris Harris and James Storm talking, and Harris is like, finally we get our shot at the titles after last night. I'm ready to put these belts back where they belong. And Storm says, damn right, all this talk about them being the best tag team. Let's see how they're tough they are when they're not jumping people behind or using the number game. And in comes, Lane Storm, and he says, hold on, you two. That's exactly what they're counting on. Trust me, I haven't been a white hat all my life, to use your parlance. Turtle Threat, Team Canada, triumvirate with guys like Awesome Kidman, guys like Jindrak. They don't just rely on skill, they thrive on the chaos. And Storm's like, so, we just stand back and let them do a thing? Storm's like, not at all. We need to fight smart. Bischoff can say what he wants about running a tight ship. We all know better. Thrillers are smart. They'll have a backup plan. That power line is probably waiting for you when you let your guard down. So keep your heads on a swivel and be ready for anything. You have the answers tonight, but don't let them take it away. Just remember, these guys aren't pushovers. There's a chance for a reason, and it's just not because of backup. There's a former world champion, and Jindrak has been the U.S. champion, and they've had little tech belts before. I'll do whatever it takes to keep those belts. But if we say sharp, we'll show Bischoff and everybody else why you guys are still the best tag team in WCW, and I'm still the best technical wrestler on this show. 70, decent little 3-minute segment to build up the 6-man later tonight. Then we're backstage as Eric Bischoff is, we see all 3 women backstage who won, as Trisha Skye, Joni Laurer, and Lizzie Dumas all got strong wins. Oops, why did I choose that should have been Joni, not Celine. That's my fault. Oh well. That should be Joni, not Celine. That's on me, unfortunately. Anyway. And, and Trisha, says, what's next? We just sent Captivation packing. I don't know about you two. I'm not about to rest on my laurels. And Lacey says, I hear you, Trish, but let's not pretend everything's sunshine and roses. Celine's got the gold now. And if you ask me, she's got a target the size of Everett on her back. One of us should be aiming for it. And Trish's like, I got history, Celine. But let's not forget how we got here. Being Captivation was huge. But we need to move on. And Trisha's like, look, I get it. We all want to prove something. But let's not decide what's important. The women's division hotter than ever. And we're at the top of it. We need to keep that momentum going. And Lacey's like, momentum's great, Trish, but it doesn't pay the bills. Championships do. I don't know about you, but I've got my eye on Celine's belt. And Joni says, hold on. Let's not tearing each other apart over this. We're trying to figure out who deserves the next shot. Till then, let's keep on focused, keeping the roster in check. Last thing we need is Captivation or everybody else thinking they can take us down. And then walks Eric Bischoff. And, Bischoff's like, ladies, look, I understand you got a big win last night, and that's great. But next week, I have a major announcement that I guarantee all three of you are going to hear. And keep your schedules clear for next Monday. And by the way, great job at Mayhem. You made Nitro proud. So this gets to 64, basically setting up a segment next week. Then, as we come back from commercial, cue Eddy Guerrero's makes it Vivo Guerrero and all that fun stuff as the winner of the called shot comes out into the ring to a big old, mostly still boos, but some cheers because he's Eddy Guerrero, and this is 2006. And he's like, "Ole, Fred, did you miss me? Now some of you are here are real happy to see him holding this called shot briefcase. I know some of you are pulling your little hearts out because you didn't want me to have it. That's okay. Hate me, love me, doesn't matter, because at the end of the day," as he holds up the briefcase, that means I get to call the shots. See, last night, I climbed a ladder in the middle of the ring. If I didn't just climb any ladder, no, I climbed over Kaz, Kurt Angle, and AJ Styles. Let me tell you something I say. Those are not small names to step over. Let me got Kaz first. Look, you got fire, you got talent coming out of your ears, but you know what else you got right now? A bad back. Pobrecito. You took a bad fall last night, and now you're probably laying on some printer table wondering if there's enough ice in the building to stop the pain. Kaz, you're good. You're a real good man. But maybe you don't climb in the ring with Eddy freaking Guerrero if you can't handle the heat. Now, Kurt Angle, what can I say about you? I'll give credit you're due when it's due. You're one of the best, but Kurt, something you ought to learn in this business. It's about what you can do in the ring. It's what we can do up here as Example Temple. And as great as you are, you're not me. You're not a former WCW World Champion. You're not the top guy in this company. You're the brains, the instincts, the Guerrero family values, if you know what I mean. And there's AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. The man who spent the whole match jumping, flipping, practically breaking his neck to grab this briefcase. AJ, I have to thank you, man. You did all the heavy lifting, you got that briefcase almost unhooked, and then, boom, I was there to swoop in and take it. AJ, you're great, but me, I'm just that much better. But enough about last night. Let me talk about what this briefcase really means. This call shot, it's my ticket to the top. It's my chance to do whatever I want, however I want, whenever I want. Let me tell you something, I'm not afraid of anybody. Not Goldberg, not Monty Brown, not even the whole damn WCW roster. See, a lot of guys in the back are scared of the big name, scared of the fans surrounding them. Not me. I don't care if you cheer me or boo me. I don't care if you love me or hate me. I'm Eddy Guerrero. I'm going to take what's mine. It's going to be, maybe I'll cash on Goldberg. Oh, I know, you all love Goldberg. Let's never forget. I've already embarrassed that guy more than once. Maybe it's time I do it again. Or maybe I'll cash on Monty Brown. Oh, Monty, you got yourself the alpha male. That's cute. But I remind you, there's only one true king in this jungle, and his name is Alberto Guerrero. Or maybe I'll tell Starcade. I'll let whoever survived the main event think they're made it to the top, and then boom, Guerrero shows up and ruins their moment. That's what I do. I do what I need to. Here's the thing. You never know what it means, when it's coming. That's the called shot. Only I know. And Guerrero finding values means I'm not telling a soul. 100, great promo, basically. Hey, Eddie's great. And then we have a quick little backstage segment as we see, basically, Shelton Benjamin, Matt Sydal, and The Truth all backstage. And Shelton's like, man, last minute, man, wild. You guys see Ken after the show. And Truth's like, not Trace, man. You think after Wright cost him the match, he'd tearing the place down, but he just vanished. And so I was like, well, yeah, I haven't seen him either. I got back, after losing the belts, and according to people, he was already gone. And Truth's like, it ain't like him to ghost like this. Maybe he's playing something, and it's not the kind of guy that let something like that slide. And Shelton's like, well, I don't want to be the man that's in his way. But, hey, Wright's going to just keep turning to people until somebody actually stops it. So, Truth, I hope you give him a bit of a lesson. And, Truth says, that's the damn truth. So watch me kick some ass tonight. 68, not that bad, but just basically setting things up for later on. Then we're having in-ring as Captivation are in the ring to the boos of the crowd. As, Mickey, as Lexi takes Mike says, well, it seems like everyone around here in Seattle thinks Captivation is down and out just because we didn't want to have newsflash. We don't stay down for long. You see, well, those girls are in the back, kind of themselves on the back. We're out here ready to fight. So here's the deal. We're issuing an open challenge to anyone in the back who thinks they can stand up to us. I'm ready to go, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's about to happen. Then Petty takes Mike says, that's right. Whoever's got the guts to come out and step up, for warning, we're not going to beat you. We're going to make an example of you. So don't tell me everyone's too scared to face Captivation, or maybe Bischoff's too busy protecting his favorites to send somebody out here. And then, as Mickey's in the ring waiting, Gail Kim's music hits to a big pop as the Revolution wrestler, I think, comes out ready for a match. This gets 66, that's basically just calling them out, and then Gail Kim's music hitting, and the match itself gets an 84, because Gail Kim is real good. Back and forth match, though Gail Kim gets a big win in about 10 minutes with the Eat Defeat. This gets an 84, Gail Kim gets an 87, Lexi James gets a 65, and post-match, Gail celebrates to a 69, as the announcers, basically muse that this must mean Eric Bischoff made some sort of trade with Teddy Long. Behind the booking thing, basically, Gail didn't have anything left to do on Revolution. I didn't want to put her on ice for like 3 months, especially with Nitro being a little more in flux as far as storyline-wise with the women. So yeah, basically, nothing too fancy here. Then we're backstage as Jeff Jarrett is with Jeremy Borash, as Borash asks him, basically asks him about, making the save last night at, making the save last week for Eddy Guerrero. Now the fans still aren't sold that he hasn't, that he's a leopard who hasn't changed his stripes. And, Jarrett says, that's putting it kindly, JB. I hear you're out here, the cheers, the boos, people not quite sure what to make Jeff these days. And you know what? I get it. I totally do. Now listen, I ain't about to stand here and play dumb for years, hell decades. I haven't given these fans a single damn reason to like me. I showed up as WCW The Chosen One. I'll let myself with one of the biggest snakes in the grass in the business has ever seen in Vince Russo. From there, whether it was riding with the Horsemen alongside Douglas, Kane, and Flair, or in the Chosen feud, I was actually what I appeared to be. An egotistical, self-centered, bona fide asshole. But here's the thing. I never lied about it. I never hid it. I came out here every single week and told exactly the world who I was and what I was about. And yeah, I ruffled a lot of feathers, made a lot of enemies, and burned the bridges on the way. That's the price of being in this business, especially when you come from wrestling royalty like I do. Okay, see, some people never like the fact that I'm part of the Jarrett family, that I grew up around legends, and I learned this business from the ground up. But let me tell you something. Whether like my family or not, or how I got in this business, there's something you can't deny. I understand this business. I respect this business, and respect, that's what brought me back here. You see, when I brought Johnny Devine on the wing, I was teaching him about that respect, showing the ropes the way the same greets I did for me. I didn't do it with a white hat or cleanly, but I believed he had what it take to help carry this business forward. But the moment Tank Dillon came into the fold, I should have known better. I should have seen it all coming. But you see, the thing about vultures is they don't circle so I smell blood. I made the mistake of bleeding trust into the Chosen. Now they can pick me apart, tear down everything I've built, and walk away like they've conquered something, damn it. But let me tell you, Tom Dolan, Divine, hell, the whole damn crew. You don't take Jeff Jarrett out. You don't use me as a stepping stone and sure help to get right at the end of my story. From the moment I step in the ring, I feel this business, every bump, every bruise, every betrayal. It's all worth it because this business is in my blood. So I'm not here standing here for asking the fans to love me. Hell, I could do a lot more than that, and I know it. What I'm saying is, you ain't taking me out with a fight. And you think I'm going to let two punks who can't even lace up, build on D's or Jackie Fargo's boots, try to run me out of this business? You got nothing coming. When it comes to respect, Tool and Divine, everybody else against them, why? They're going to learn it the hard way. That's all I've got to say about that, JB. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some business to take care of. So yes, we're turning Jeff Jarrett face. Hooray! 100 promo, because here's the thing. Ironically, I've been, basically under-pushing Jarrett. Because, he's basically been, still one of my top heels. Overness and, but I've, he's Jeff Jarrett. He's great, but, he's Jeff Jarrett, and, he's had his long title run, tag title run, he's had his main events, but, I don't know. Never really had anything for him, but now here we are. Face Jeff Jarrett in 2006. What a world. Then our 6-man tag match, as Lance Storm and America's Most Wanted get the win over O'Hara, Jindrak, and Tomko in 10 minutes. Back and forth match, but eventually Storm is able to hit the 8-second ride on Titus Tomko as things break down and get the win, sitting on a bit over 10 minutes. The match itself gets a 76, Tomko gets a 66, Jindrak gets a 73, O'Hara gets a 73, Storm gets a 72, Harris gets a 69, and James Storm gets a 76. But post-match, basically, O'Hara and Jindrak basically brush off the loss, just sort of smirking and still holding on their belts as AMW are waiting in the ring, and that gets a 74 as we move forward here on Nitro. Then we're backstage as Jeremy Borash is with Celine Cartier. And, she asked him about becoming the world champion and what she did afterwards. And, you know, she has Mercedes Jeremy. Finally, after years of carrying this division on my back, I stand here as the rightful champion. It feels, how do you say, magnifique. And, you know, people are asking me, why, Jeremy? Por qué? Let me ask you something. Were all these questions when Alexander was being handed every opportunity after opportunity? Were these questions when everyone else was put on a pedestal while I was left in the shadows? Do you think I care about what these people think of me now? This isn't about their opinions or Alyssa or anybody else. This is about me. I've been the foundation of this division since day one. Where everyone got the glitz, the glad, and the spotlight, I was out there every night putting in the work, proving I'm the best. And what I get in return, nothing but respect, nothing but being overlooked the moment the big star showed up. Because you see, everyone acted like Alexander was the future, the face of the division. What happened at Mayhem? Huh? What it mattered most? Let's have found a hard way that I'm the foundation of this division. I'm the apex, I'm the pinnacle, and she's just another name on my list. And to anybody else there who's thinking they're next in line, whether you're a legend, a rising star, or anybody else, I've got news for you. It doesn't matter who you are. When you step in the ring, the result will always be the same. C'est levé. See, this championship isn't just gold and leather to me. It's not a prop. This title represents everything I fought for. Every night I was overlooked. Every time I was disrespected. And now it's mine. I'm going to make damn sure everyone knows who the real backbone of this division is. So put anybody in front of me. Put Trisha. Put Lizzie. Put Joni. Put anybody in the ring. Line up every single legend. Line up every single up-and-comer. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. Because results will be the same. See, for so long, I've been playing the nice girl. I've been letting everyone else walk over me. And now I'm at the top. Nobody's knocked me down. Because I earned this championship. Because I earned on my own. Not politics, not favoritism, certainly not because of luck. If anyone think they can take me down, step up, try your luck. But you know, when you leave the ring, you'll be left with nothing but regret. Because this is just my time, it's my era. And like I said before, c'est levé. And she walks away. 68, solid promo. You know, basically building things up. And we get a little graphic saying Sting and Fallen Angel will be on Nitro next week after what happened at Mayhem. That gets 74. We have our main event, which gets a 93, really good stuff, as back and forth match, and just when it looks like, back and forth, Truth gets his spots in, Wright gets his like submissions and takedowns in, but just when it looks like the Truth, is down, and he's about to get nailed by a big double arm DDT, as he's waiting to pull it up, out of nowhere, Anderson rushes from the crowd and just goes after Alex Wright. Ref calls for the bell, Truth is DQ'd, and Anderson just just punches and kicks at Anderson at Wright before Wright rolls out. Anderson stares down on him. But as he's about to chase him, Truth turns him around, and with a bit of a stare down on his face as Truth, looks at him. 93 for the match, 84 for Truth, 82 for Wright. And basically, Wright, Truth is upset at Anderson, saying he's gonna get involved in my match. Wright, Anderson like, I had to get after him. I'm sorry, but I had to get after him. And, as they're arguing, Wright rolls back in unseen and goes after Anderson from behind with a chop block and then goes after him. But the Truth comes in for the save, chasing after Wright, and he helps Wright Anderson up. And that ends the show, which gets us an 84. And overall, the show itself gets an 94. So really good stuff. I mean, we got 200 promos, a 93 match, a 95 opener. So really good stuff. A 92 overall. And hey, it's Tommy Rich. No, he's terrible. Like I was like, yeah, he has some, but no, he's terrible. All right, so let's do a little mail check. Yeah. So I was checking on Raw, which for you people remember, I'm booking because it's lead up till SummerSlam. So we had an Edge Batista in ring, then everybody else coming out, and then making a 6-man main event. We had Chantel and Beth offered helping out Jillian to make a SummerSlam match. We had John Morrison hype video. We had Sam and Maven defeating Lance Cade and Chris in New York. Then they shotgunned some beers. We had CM Punk promo. We had Chantel Fierce and Beth Phoenix and defeating Angel Oscura and Amber James. We had a post-match brawl. We had JBL trying to keep peace between Batista and Edge. Carlo saying he thinks TNA is cool, but not TNA. And then he and Steve Rogers defeating TNA. We had the Omega beatdown hype video. We had the Juices loose, but Shawn Michaels interrupts. Shawn Michaels then defeats Juicy Juice in a 78. Punk and Lion attacked HBK, but Shawn Michaels gets the advantage back and hit the Sweet Chin music on Lion. We get the announcement there will be a Perez and Carrillo's match as Brock Lesnar And William Regal will take on Jericho and Benoit. Then we have our main event. We basically Batista and Edge start fighting, leaving JBL on his own, and Vampiro gets the win, and then Batista, Edge, and Edge fight to the parking lot, ending with Edge taking advantage and looking a little heelish. This gets a 2.20, and we get a 2.18. So we're getting really close there. But I'll be back in just a moment with Revolution. And welcome everybody to Revolution, live from Columbia, Missouri, in front of the Mizzou Arena. And we start out with Paul Heyman coming down to the ring as he takes a mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I represent the most dangerous man in WCW, Don Fry. But tonight is about introductions or hype putting fear in the hearts of men. Now tonight is about addressing an egregious, borderline, criminal injustice. It is all to fester under the wrath of the so-called general manager. Stay along. I'm talking about you. 2 weeks ago, this man, as he points to himself, I was nearly sacrificed by a deranged lunatic calling myself Judas Messias. Let me make you a picture for a moment. A maniac, unhinged, turns to darkness and violence, tries to perform a little sacrifice in front of thousands of people at the arena and millions of people on TV. And what did our esteemed general manager do about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Instead, Teddy Long turns a blind eye to let this monstrosity run rampant on the brand, turning Revolution to his personal horror show. And why? Because he's good for ratings, I guess? He sells a few t-shirts. Teddy, I know you think, and it's disgusting. So I'm out here demanding action, not tomorrow, not next week. Tonight I want consequences. I want justice." Boo. "Messias, you think you can target me and Don Fry and get away with it? Fry doesn't run. He doesn't hide. He's a fighter. But it's not about Fry. It's about principles, about making sure Revolution isn't hijacked by your brand of madness. So Teddy Long, get out here and do something about it, or I'll swear to God, I'll take this up to the top of WCW itself." You Teddy Long see music. He comes out as this hold on there, playa, where you pop a vein in that bald head, in that head of yours. Let me set the record straight. First off, Paul got handed you. You got away with words. But all that talk about injustice and criminal activity, that drips coming from a guy who made a career off the back of bending the rules, breaking contracts, and do whatever it takes to make a buck. Now let's talk about what happened to Judas Messias. You want to act like I didn't do anything? But that's not true. Last week, I stood face to face with the man and told him what he pulled was unacceptable. I made it clear the Revolution made place for sacrifices, rituals, or whatever you call the mess that he's into. See, Paul, I could have suspended it, I could have fined him, but I decided to give him a chance to explain himself. You know what? He didn't care, he didn't apologize, didn't even blink. So now I think maybe I should have gone harder on him. But since you want to come and talk about throw a tantrum like a child, I'm going to do you one better. You're talking about justice, talking about consequences, well, next in Revolution, you're going to get your wish. It's going to be Judas Messias versus Don Fry. Now, no counts, no disqualifications, no holds barred. And he was like, you cannot be serious, Long. This is about justice. You're putting a respectable athlete, a real fighter, in the wrong psychopath who doesn't play with rules. You realize what you're doing? Teddy Long says, I know exactly what I'm doing, playa. And if Don Fry's tough as you keep saying he is, then he's got nothing to worry about. Now, excuse me, I've got a show to run. And he was like, this isn't over long. You're going to regret this. You're going to regret everything. So you're, for the little opening angle, only get 73. Did I rate Fry? I don't think I did. So yeah, that's interesting. Weird. And we get our little graphic of a big main event, as it's Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Chuck Palumbo tonight. And our opening match set up, last week by basically, European Youth Union, making fun of Bond Ambition. Angel Foxx challenged Nikita Kalt, and here we go. The match is on. Back and forth match. Nikita Kalt gets to do her, big suplexes and technical stuff. Angel Foxx fights back. And eventually, Nikita gets up, gets a little too cocky, goes for a big icebreaker. Foxx blocks it, hits a few big moves, and then, Kalt takes the advantage. But Foxx is able to hit a quick little cradle out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3, and pick a big win here on Revolution. As this gets a 79, Foxx gets a 67, Kalt gets an 83. And post-match, of course, the 3-round beatdown is about to happen, but Foxx rolls out of the ring, and she escapes to the back as the crowd cheers as this gets a 74. Then we're backstage as Matt Hardy finds Sonny Siaki, surrounded by a whole bunch of beautiful women, aka some dev talent. And, we hear Siaki saying, "Ladies, what can Sonny Siaki say?" Sonny Siaki's Ace of the Islands, the man with the golden touch, the WWE television champion. Some people are born to greatness, and some just, let's just say they don't have any moves. And then, then we see Matt Hardy comes up and he says, "Siaki, we need to talk." And Siaki says, "Oh, it's you again. Look, Matt, Sonny Siaki doesn't know what part of what Sonny Siaki is busy. You don't understand. Can't you see I'm entertaining my guests here? And Matt's like, you can dodge me all you want, but this little act you've got going on is going to save you. You and I both know TEW titles around your waist because you've been lucky. You're lucky, but your luck's about to run out. And, so he's like, lucky? No. You see, you don't get it. This isn't luck. This is called talent. It's called charisma, something you don't understand if it slapped you in the face. But then as Siaki basically, lifts his drink for another sip, Hardy slaps the drink out of his hand, sending it flying to the floor. And Matt's like, I've had enough of your crap. You've been dodging me for weeks, but this ends out. You can't run from me forever, and you really can't talk your way out of this. So you step up and prove you're half the man that you claim to be. So he's like, oh, you're a big tough guy now. You come here to respect Sonny Siaki in front of Sonny Siaki's ladies, and I'm getting a shot. Please, you want a match? You're going to have to do more than throw a tantrum in my lounge. And Matt's like, be careful what you do first. So because when time comes, you're going to step with me. There's going to be another night for Sonny Siaki. It's going to be a night that remembers Matt Hardy made you obsolete. Good little stare down, and we get a 68 as the little mini feud continues. Then we got the 1%ers basically killing Trevor Slater and Keith Walker. This goes under 5 minutes. Just complete domination. Eventually, Dice gets the win. Like nothing fancy here, just a complete squash. 51 overall. Vivek gets a 69. Dice gets a 78. Walker gets a 51. Trevor Slater gets a 54. And post-match, Raven Raine takes the mic as Dice and Havoc stand in the background. And, she takes the mic and says, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the real stars of Revolution, the 1%ers, Dice, Havoc, the epitome of power and pure dominance. Big boos. Now, I noticed, we all noticed something. It seems that, Jack Evans and Paul London are back. And they're acting like nothing's happened to them. And, they should be back to their old selves. But go ahead and cheer for your little comeback darlings. Cheer for your fragile heroes so that they come back Revolution after being put on the shelf by these men right here. But let me make one thing really clear. Lance Evans, you've had your moment in the sun, but their time is over. They're going to play in this new ring era of dominance, and they sure as hell don't belong in the same ring as the Thrillers. So, Paul, Jack, if you guys get in our way again, it'll prove you've taken one too many flips to the head if you think you can step up to us again. Because these men took you out, and they can take you out again. So don't get in our way, and let us run the show like we're supposed to. But if you get in our way again, it's when in the same way it did last time, with us standing tall, and you two broken, battered, and forgotten. So stay out of business, because if you don't, what we did you last time will look like a walk in the park compared to what's coming next. 73, decent little promo. Then we have Rey Mysterio Jr. backstage on his own. And Ray takes my, Ray begins to speak. He says, it's been a crazy past year. So many highs, so many lows. As I stand here tonight getting ready to face Chuck Palumbo in the main event, I can't help but think back to where I was exactly a year ago. 1 year ago, man, this was my moment. My moment. After years being told I was too small, after years being told I never made anything more than a tag team guy or a cruiserweight guy, I really proved everybody wrong. I became the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. I stand in that ring, holding a title, knowing something that nobody thought I could do. And I made it to the very top of this business. It was just about the critics, though. It was about proving the naysayers wrong. It was about pride. It was about showing the world that Rey Mysterio Jr. is more than just a highlight reel. That I was one of the best ever to lace up these boots. And then it all ended just like that. 1 month. 1 month, and then boom. Palumbo took it all away. Sure, I had my rematch. I managed to take it all back. But I blew it. I let myself down. I let my family down. And yeah, I let all of you down, too. For a while after that, I was the same. I never gave less than 1%, I promise you that, but there's something missing. A piece of me that I couldn't quite get back. I showed up, I put on the best match I could in the back of my mind. I also had this feeling that I'd lost something, that I wasn't completely Rey Mysterio Jr. anymore. Then something happened, winning the WCW World Tag Team titles with Matt Sydal. It reminded me who I was, reminded me that I just belonged here, I deserved to be here, that I was standing in that ring, and compete with the very best in this business has to offer. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here looking for revenge. O'Hare and Jindrak, they were the better team, man. They were just that better. But this match tonight, this is about them. This is about me. This is about getting another piece of my pride back. See, Chuck Palumbo didn't take that title away from me a year ago. He took a piece of my soul. He reminded me of how fragile everything in this business can be. And ever since then, I've been fighting for myself. I'm still the same guy who climbed to the top of that mountain. I'm still the same Rey Mysterio Jr. who won the WCW World Championship against all odds. So tonight is about revenge, Chuck. It's about pride. my pride. Because I know I can sit in that ring and beat Palumbo. I'll prove something, not just to the fans, not just to the critics, but to myself. I'll prove that I still have what it takes to stand toe to toe with somebody in the locker room. Prove I'm still one of the very best in the world. This is my moment, my redemption, and my pride and Chuck. There's nothing you can do to stop me. 92, really good promo, basically, putting over the big match tonight. Fun stuff. Then we get a interesting little backstage segment as we have Austin Aries, basically backstage, ranting. Saying, I'm sick of this, absolutely sick of it. Man, it was supposed to be my moment, my time to prove the entire world. Austin Aries is the future of the business. What happens? Shelton Benjamin sneaks in and pins Storm, and suddenly he's the guy everybody's talking about. Shelton Benjamin, are you kidding me? I think one thing perfectly clear. I didn't lose at Mayhem, I wasn't pinned, I wasn't submitted, I was robbed, and then I'm stuck here waiting for the next opportunity while Shelton gets a transfer on the US title, like he's actually done something. And then in comes Tony Santorelli, and he says, man, are you still whining and complaining? We get it, you didn't get pinned, but here's a newsflash, Aries, you didn't win either. And instead of whining about how unfair life is, you should try doing what the rest of us do, actually earning your spot. Aries, oh, look, who is this? Santorelli. The man who's famous for exactly being a tag team guy with an overtaken manager, give me a break. You don't get the lecture from me, pal. I've been carrying this company future on my back. Will you been playing sick better with whoever's willing to give you the time of day? And, Cookie steps up and says, watch your mouth. Tony's been busting his ass. Be better every single day. Unlike you, he doesn't try to cry about not getting his way. And then Tony says, exactly. You think I've had it easy? I've been out here taking advice from guys like Angle, learning from the best. Meanwhile, you're over here acting like you've already got it all figured out. Newsflash, Aries, you don't. You're good, but you're not as good as you think you are. And Austin Aries says, oh, that's rich. Advice from Kurt Angle? Yeah, because that's one thing I need. It's a lesson from a guy who's already peaked. Let me make one thing clear, Chancellery. I'm not like you. I don't need to learn from everyone. I'm already great. And tonight, when I step in the ring, I remind everyone of Austin Aries is the real deal. So 50, because unfortunately these guys aren't quite over, but we're building things. Andy Vidal versus Alli Danger, of course, set up when Andy Vidal went a little cuckoo and attacked Social Scene in the club parking lot. And this match goes 6 minutes. It's a brawl. It goes basically right to the back. Right to the ramp. About 6 minutes. Gets a 70. Vidal gets a 66. Danger gets a 68. But as they're continuing to brawl into the backstage area, all of a sudden, as it looks like Vidal's getting a bit of advantage, a tall, mysterious woman attacks Vidal from behind. She looks about 6 foot, and she just begins kicking the crap, knocks down Vidal from behind, sends her into, the wall of the arena, and then she, struggles to get up, hits a big boot on Vidal, knocking her down, and then she walks away with Danger as Nikki Radcliffe shows up. As this gets a 53. Who could this tall, mysterious woman be? We'll just have to find out. And then we have a short little segment as we see the Thrillers backstage, basically, getting hyped up. O'Hare and Jindrak with the titles, hyping up Palumbo, saying to, shut Rey Mysterio Jr. down. Just a quick little, segment here. This gets a 68. And then we're backstage as Amy Weber is with Booker T and Charmel. And, Amy basically, asks them about, him going to the, Enlightenment meeting and getting in a fight with Kaden Sharp. And Booker's like, let me tell you something, Amy. I went to that so-called Enlightenment retreat for one reason only, to confront that punk Kaden Sharp. He's running his mouth, talking about how he's got all the answers, how he's bringing enlightenment to the video, he's bringing in straight up disrespect. And Charmel's like, come on, baby, don't let him get under your skin. Booker's like, under my skin? Charmel, this ain't under my skin, this is about respect. Sharp's talk to me like I'm some kind of relic, like I need his guidance and enlightenment to get anywhere. Like I'm just taking space around here. No, that doesn't fight with me. What happened last week? That just sees what's coming to him. He's pushing me. And Amy tells him his match is with Ray Le Pen. And Booker's T's like, Ray Le Pen is good, no doubt about it. The kid's got talent, he's got swagger, and he's got a big mouth to go with it. Tonight, about him, let me show him the world. I'm still the best. Stop me around everybody that Booker T does belong in the ring. I own it. 11-7 into my world tonight, and when the bell rings, he's gonna find out what I'm a six-time world champion. And Booker's like, if Sharp says, Booker, baby, we're gonna keep your head in the game. You're better than Sharp. Don't let him distract you. And Booker's like, I hear you. Trust me, tonight I'm blocked in. Weapons about to schools, and Sharp, he better get his head on a swivel. So I'm done taking care of this tonight. I will deal with him. Now, can you dig that? That gets an 80. Fun stuff as you move forward. I said as we move forward. There we go. Then we have Austin Aries basically killing Casey McKnight in 4 minutes with a 450 splash. This gets a 24 because, well, Casey McKnight gets a little 8. Aries gets a 56. Nothing too terrible here. Like, it's a squash match. I thought maybe it would do a little bit better, but I forgot Aries isn't that over quite yet. And then Aries takes Mike and says, "That's what true talent looks like, Santorelli, and you better remember it." Just a quick little, 2-minute post-match promo, or less than that, actually, as he gets a 59 and then leaves the ring. Then we're backstage as we have, Blonde Ambition in the back, Natty and Angel, talk about their win. And in comes European Disunion to confront them. And it looks like there's about to be a 3-on-2 attack when all that Alexander shows up and steps, up beside them, saying, "Look, you lost, Nikita. Just remember that. And, take count on the chin and move on." And, Nikita tells us, "What, Fraulein? You have about losing the title to Cartier? No. I'm not a better woman than that. I am the best wrestler in the women's division, and I will get my revenge one way or the other. So, Fraulein, just watch out, because European Union is coming for what we deserve." 70, just a quick little segment here, pushing things. Then we have AJ Styles coming down to the ring. And, he comes down to the ring, and he says, "I've been thinking about last night, Mayhem, thinking about ladder match, thinking about how close I was grabbing that cold shot briefcase, and thinking about Eddy Guerrero." And, crowd boos. And AJ says, yeah, I get it. Eddy did what Eddy does. He lied, cheated, and sold his way to that briefcase. But I have to whine about that. Now because Eddy reminding something, he reminded that when I step in that ring, I have to be nothing less than phenomenal. Because I have to prove day in and day out that I am the face that's run this place. Now, I don't know what's stuck for Eddy, and frankly, I don't care, because I'm always walking on that briefcase. I'm focused on one thing, getting back to the top. I'm going to fight. I'm going to claw. I'm going to scratch my way back to the gold. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's why I'm phenomenal. And then suddenly, Cash's music hits, and AJ's, stands the ring more confused than anything. He takes me and says, "Oh, this is unexpected. Cash, what do I owe to the pleasure of this little interruption, buddy?" And Cash says, "Pleasure, AJ. Let me be real with you. This isn't a pleasure. It's a public service. You see, I'm sick and tired of coming out here week after week and hearing the same song dance from you. AJ, give it a rest, man. You talk about what happens. You lose. Last night you lost. Before that, you lost the title. Before that, oh yeah, you lost again. Keep on losing, buddy. At least when I was champion, I'd have time to run my mouth every because I was busy being what you'll never be again, relevant. See, AJ, the difference between you and me is simple. You're the face that runs this place. Ha. You lost that title. You're done. But it's time for someone who's actually money to step up, and that man is me, Cash." And AJ is like, "Wow, Cash, that was ridiculous. Because you're going to be the side that steps up, that takes Kate. Let me tell you something. You and I, we've been in this room before. We got our old tag gold, sure, but if you think you've got what it takes to beat one-on-one, then you're more delusional than I thought." And Cash's like, "Delusional? Nah, I'm just confident, AJ. See, unlike you, I've been putting in the work. I'm already proving I'm the future of this business. And when it comes to the Mayhem Tournament, I was even closer than you, even though Kurt Angle beat me. So keep joking, AJ. Keep running your mouth, because while you're busy cracking jokes, I'm out here making moves, and you know what? I have enough talking. How about we settle this in the ring?" And AJ's like, "You want a match with me? Fine, but let me make things clear. Do you have in the ring with AJ Styles? You're not stepping in the ring with just anyone. You're stepping with the best. Do you think you got what it takes? Bring it on. But don't cry when you find out why they call me the phenomenal one." And Cash is like, "Phenomenal, huh? We'll be sure about that. Because when I beat you, AJ, it's not going to prove I'm better. It's going to prove that your time is up." So 78, interesting little, set this there. You could call this a filler feud if they're being mean. And then, we come back from commercial, and Ray LePen is coming down to the ring for his match with Booker T. And, Ray's like, well, here we are in the middle of nowhere, Columbia, Missouri. And once again, Ray LePen graces you all with his presence. Good, do all you want. It doesn't change the fact that I am the biggest international star in WWE today. Everywhere I go, even crap places like this, people can't stop talking about me. Tonight, I had another feather in my cap when I beat a so-called legend. Booker T, the 6-time world champion, man for years, was the face of WCW. Let's be honest, folks. What is Booker T lately? What do you been worried about? The answer is simple, not me, and that's his first mistake. You see, Booker, well, you've been busy reminiscing. I've been out here carving up the future. I've been proving night after night why I am the present and the future of this company. And tonight, when I pin you in the middle of the ring, the world will finally see it too. But I can't know something like Booker T. It sounds like your head isn't actually a game. No, Booker's mind somewhere else, or should I say, with someone else. You see, Booker's been a little distracted ever since Keenan Sharp tried to get involved with his life. Because I'd be, but if it was him, I'd be worried too, because if I were Keenan Sharp, I'd be trying to enlighten Sharmell in all sorts of ways. So many bookers are a little preoccupied with what's happening back home instead of focusing on what's happening in the ring, and honestly, who could blame them? Big move for that as Booker T's music hits, and he comes rushing around the ring, and the match itself is on. Good match, 81. Booker's got injuries, so he gets 66. Ray Lipman gets a 90. Back and forth match, and again, eventually Booker T is, beginning to make his comeback. But then as he's, about to hit the axe kick, Keenan Sharp comes down the ringside and starts talking to Sharmell again. Sharmell tries to brush him off, but Keenan Sharp continues to talk. That distracts Ray, and that distracts Booker. Ray comes behind, makes his comeback, hits a couple big moves, hits the pen leap, not the pen leap, oh god, I forget his finisher, hits his finisher, and gets the win on Booker T here on Revolution. This gets an 81, like I said. Good stuff, and of course, Booker and Sharmell argue afterwards, which gets a 70. Got our Nitro recap focusing on Ken Anderson being very upset, and that gets a 74. Then we have our main event. Good stuff. So, of course, really good match. Back and forth match. Palumbo does his power stuff, Rey Jr. makes the comeback. But in the end, Rey's making his comeback, and he's hit a few big moves. He hits a big, he actually hit 619, but he goes for the West Coast pop. Raven Raine shakes the ropes. He crouches himself, and it looks like, Palumbo's about to take over. He hits the big boot, hits the big, overhead belly to belly, and he's about to set up for the full throttle. Out comes Ken down the ringside, and he starts yelling at Raven Raine. That actually distracts Palumbo, and that allows Ray to come from behind, and with a big drop kick to the knee, send him into the corner again. 619, West Coast pop, and then, as he's slow to get up, Springboard Hurricanrana, 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio Jr. with the big win here to end Revolution, as the show itself gets an 87. Fun stuff. As we move forward here. Alright, we'll look at some mail. Yeah. So, as far as SmackDown goes, so to set things up, we had Jericho isn't happy about the main event, and neither is anybody else. All Money Aaron Cartwright defeating Devon Dubois, and then he's cutting an in-ring promo. We see Adam Ortiz is laid out in the back. We have a Streets to the Suburbs backstage promo. Jamie Keys and Veronica Vane told each other in 2006 WF Ways, then Veronica Vane and Jackie Vane defeat Jamie Keys and Shika in a 60. Fully with Justice in the ECW arena. Gladiator shows up. There's a brawl. McMahon confronts Christian backstage. Basically says, he doesn't care, but, it's a match he's ruined. Billy Gunn defeats Basher. Then we have a Billy Gunn John Cena showdown. Interesting. John Morrison hype video. Steiner comes out to mock Taker, dressed as him, but then gong. When Val Venis and the Outcast feeding Rikishi and Street to the Suburbs in a 78, and then they fight. William Mr. Man calls out Christian. Then Mark Henry is Adam Ortiz's replacement. So there's your IC title match. Now, Regal and Brock Lesnar feeding Benoit and Jericho, and of course, Benoit and Jericho can get along, and Lesnar nails Jericho with an F5. And then afterwards, Benoit locks in the crossface on SmackDown a few days before SummerSlam. Then if we look at our dev feds, NWA Wildside, TV show, Prep Major and Tony Jones defeated T.J. Perkins and Ralph A. Dirt Day. Matt Morgan, Sexton, and John Phoenix defeated Kurt Stallings, Hoyt, and Burke. Lazarus and Cross defeated Onyx and Bryan Danielson. And then for the weekly house show, Kurt Stallings defeated Paul Burchill, and actually solid match. G. Perkins still your NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. That's really everything. American Wrestling Queens, AEW Weekly. Josie defeated Catherine Mendoza. Annette Blanchard, Amazing Kong, and Michelle McCool defeated Ashley Lane, Tracy Taylor, and Sarah Del Rey. Tanisha Bakers and Portia Perez defeated Carla Chambers and Madison Sinclair to retain the NWQ tag titles. And Matt Osaka defeated Madison Eagles in a 78. Fun stuff. And then HWA, weekly, not really much of note. Mustafa Ali is still out here. Silas Young defeating Chris Mordeski. The Miz won a 3-way. Alex Shelley defeated Billy Bax. And yeah, Ray Steele and Jorge Estrada, your tag champs. And OVW is going to do OVW things. Danny Pewter is your OVW champion, so that's interesting. And then if we look around the wrestling world, oh, there's one other thing I want to show you guys, but I'll do that afterwards. So let's see here. Big shows, big shows, big shows. Oh, there really isn't much. Okay, yeah. Integrity had a big show. Remember, Integrity's our Ring of Honor replacement after Ring of Honor got bought by Rob Block in this universe. So Eddie Colon gets a win in a 4-way. John Walters defeats Incognito. Mozart Fontaine defeats Brian Logan. Flash Flanagan and David Young are still your tag team champions. Ace Starling, Matt Trek, and Julia Jenner defeat John Phoenix, Spence Kenzie, and Logan Kane. Perry Saturn and Marcus Miltech defeat Tyler Bateman and Shane Ballard. And Jerry Lynn defeat Johnny Spade, Mark Barrow, and Ice Train to retain the Champion of Integrity title. And I really think that's... Big Japan had a big show. Main event was Suzuki and Shias defeating Hanma and Manu Nakashiki. And I believe that is... Yeah, I mean... PW had a big show. Balls Mahoney versus Jarrell Clark and Shirley Doe. It was your main event. Sure. FWA had a big show. Morgan Stone versus Styx was your main event. So yeah, storyline-wise, you know, we have Against the Darkness at an 81. American Thrillers at a 76. Captain Nitro is at an 80. Foundations Crumbles at a 61. Black Respects at a 92. Misty and Mavericks at a 68. One Spot, Two Men's at an 89. Respecting is being earned is at a 79. Tensions is at a 76. The New Chosens is at a 72. Ari Santorelli starts out at a 45. Enlightenment's at a 77. Commanding Horizons at a 76. Legendaries at an 81. Matt Wants a Belt is at a 62. Mercenary Moves is at a 76. Not a Social Calls at a 56. Throwing Owls at a 94. And the US title match is at an 80. And yeah, one other thing is Impact now has a TV show again. And their first Impact had such fun things as Hulk Hogan and Reno getting into a shouting match. 3D defeating Fabi Apache. Apollo defeating Mikey Henderson. Jerry Lynn defeating Christopher Nowinski. The Hulkamanias of Shiver, Marcus Middleton, and Hulk Hogan defeated Al Snow, Al Condor, and Samson. And a main event of Carson Sin and Hellraiser defeating Perry Saturn and Lex Luger. So, again, to remind everybody, next up is SummerSlam. Then we begin the fun process of moving over to W9. That's it for now. So if you enjoyed the show, give it a like, comment below what you're liking and not liking, and subscribe to our channel for, well, this content over at SummerSlam, then doing Tier 9, and other stuff as it pops up. That's all for now. Talk later, and adios.